Trek? Because you were on both of them, right? Deep
I
Space
was
Nine
on
and Voyager.
it was on Deep Space Next Generation. I started on Next Generation, the third season of Next Generation, and then worked through that. Did all of the Deep Space Nine and all of the Voyagers. I was just happened to be a perfect size to be an alien. I was not too big or
Yeah.
not too small, and that's what they wanted. They want these menacing looking people to be these aliens, and then I was comfortable in the makeup. So I was on it pretty. I was one of the what's considered one of the regulars as the stunt performers.
That's
So it
awesome.
was kind of cool.
And did you want to act, or was just like, hey, we need you to be in the scene? Like, when was when the first time you got a line was? Was that like, whoa, this is like, I just wanted to jump off things or do a burnout.
Yeah, exactly. And that's I never inspired to be an actor. That was never my goal.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I always tell people the story. I doubled Val Kilmer for many, many years, and we were on a movie set in Las Vegas, New Mexico, and he wanted to go into town to get something, and he didn't want to go by himself. So he asked me to go with him. Of course, we're dressed alike, we look alike. And we're walking down the street. He gets mobbed by a bunch of these kids, and they want his autograph and picture. And Val's like pointing at me. He's like, "Get a picture of this guy. He's way more famous than I am. He's done a lot more movies." And they look at me and they look back at him and just shoo me off and blew right and went right back to Val. Like, see, that's the coolness about this. I can go wherever I want. You can't.
Yeah. What
So
what
no,
uh
I
what films? What bunch of films did you double him for?
with Val, I started on Wonderland. I coordinated Wonder. That's why I met him, and I wasn't going to double him on the show because just coordinating and stuff like that. And there was one day where he gets beat up playing John Holmes. He gets beat up by Eddie Nash, and so I was going to bring somebody in, and the wardrobe people that I'd worked with many times were telling me, it's like, you should just double him. You're his size. I'm like, no, I'm not. I don't look anything like Val. And it's like, no, I'm telling you, Chuck. How many times have I addressed you? You're his size. I'm like, that's bullshit. I know some of the people who have doubled him in the past. So she comes out with a suit and says, put this on. And I put it on and it fit me like a glove and says, that's Val's. Like, okay, one day I'll double him. And even on the set, we chatted and stuff like that, but is more professional. It wasn't anything beyond that. And as soon as I showed up on the set dressed as him, then he just lit up. And it's like, then we were buddies and stuff from that point on. And, I got along with him really well. I did.